So I've been more or less completely solo sexual since April of 2021. I had a Southeastern Asian girlfriend, and I think her family also wanted us together. We had some disagreements about our ideas of how fast the relationship should be going. I mean, I might have been okay in the long run, having a relationship, but I think she wanted it to move a lot faster than I had hoped. She was already thinking about children and all that. And the last straw that broke us up was that we had some disagreements about this pharmaceutical product that they were trying to push on all of us last year. And I think what's really interesting is she has now regretted taking it. Anyway, whatever the case is, we broke up and I went on to enjoy probably one of the best solo sexual romances I ever had, including spending 4 months in Phoenix, Arizona, and really discovering myself there. Lots of live stream videos and all-night videos. And later on, I went on very long hunger strikes in order to get what I needed in my life, including getting my family to accept me. And so this is probably one of the strongest, not the longest one actually. I had a time when I was solo sexual for 2.5 years, but one of the strongest ones. But I'm gonna reconsider. I had a serious crisis this week because I had a heartbreaking situation and I couldn't get anybody to relate to me with the heartbreak. That's a big problem of mine. I tend to feel romance toward weird things, right? Romance toward myself, toward my cars, toward various aspects in my surrounding. And oftentimes when those things don't turn out right, I just lost my car in an accident. And yes, you do tell your friends and your family about car accidents, but a lot of people cannot relate to the fact that it was heartbreak, right? I quickly replaced the car within 3 days, and so it's hard to get people to understand that weeks after having the new car, I'm still experiencing some kind of heartbreak. I don't think I've fully relaxed the heartbreak from the Mitsubishi Lancer just yet. It seems like every other week, oh my god, I wish I still had that Lancer. There's a feature in there or something familiar about it. Don't get me wrong, I love my Kia Forte too. But every so often, I still think about the loss of my Lancer. I really do. And that can get hard for other people to relate to. And so I'm seriously thinking about starting another relationship. I got a few things in mind. There's the girl that I met back in Phoenix. I went on a religious fast with her to give her support, and we really connected during that time. But she's in Phoenix, obviously. And I do want to do that fast again, because when I cleared out my system, it made me really appreciate things that much more afterwards, right? And there's also a Ukrainian refugee that I see every Wednesday. I play at board games at a board game meetup, and last week I actually finally talked to her. What was really interesting was last month I tried to quit masturbating, and also I was hunger striking once again, and I quickly got lost. One thing that really hit me by surprise when I tried to quit masturbating was how much I fantasize about everybody in my life. People I would never think about, right? I'm normally pretty straight, but I had times when I fantasized about men as well during the time when I was abstaining. After I got to 8-9 days, sometimes even objects on the animals, or don't get me wrong, I would never do it with an animal, but I had fantasies of it. I had a coworker who had a cat, and I fantasized about it. Let's confess it on here. Various objects just around me, and it really hit me by surprise. So, and that's why even though I was nervous about talking to the Ukrainian refugee, I just blurted it out. It was almost like I didn't have control anymore. So, unfortunately, I relapsed into masturbating. I'm up to another 3 days now, and hopefully we'll keep it that way to get the motivation going. That's gonna be tough. I wish in a perfect world the first time you go on a date, you could ask about what their feelings are about having children, about marriage, about living together, religion, politics, right? I wish you could clear that up on the first date. That would save a lot of people a lot of time, right? I can't tell you how many times I've dated somebody, spent 8 months before I realized all those things didn't work, and then you got to start over again, right? But in the long term, having experienced what I did earlier this week, maybe having to waste time on those things is just a small premium you have to pay in order to have a big insurance payout when you have something that happened like last week, right?